Hello, hello. It is Thursday, y'all, so you know it's time for Money Talks with Mitchell Consulting. I am Lauren King Darden, and I am here to talk to you all about business finance. We're going to talk about money. If you have any questions, feel free to put those questions down in the chat or DM us, and hopefully we can get to them in one of our Money Talk sessions. So, I am excited to come to you guys today. This month, we have been talking about pricing. Last week, we were at this awesome conference called Scaling New Heights, where we got to learn about our own practice and meet people and just build relationships. So it was awesome. And that's why I was not here last Thursday. However, I'm excited to come back to you to continue our conversation about pricing your products and services. So, last time we talked, we went really deep into numbers and strategies and just kind of nerded out on how to really look at your expenses and needs to figure out where your pricing should be. But now I kind of want to take a step back and look at a bigger picture. And this is something I've been struggling with myself. So please know you are not alone in this. But when you are pricing, your money mindset has a lot to do with where you end up and what you really believe that you're able to charge for your products and your services. And for me in particular, I had a rough time transitioning out of corporate America. I had to really work on my mindset and worth and skills when it came to leaving, because I feel like we're kind of taught that we go to school, you go work for a company, and then you max out, you become a VP, a SVP, you want to be the CFO, the CEO. We have all these dreams and things that we want to do when we come out of school. And then you realize that there are other avenues to take and other things that you can do that doesn't necessarily align with that. And so kind of undoing the, I guess, undoing what we were taught or undoing that learning is not always the easiest thing. And so when you're undoing that learning and really coming into, okay, I'm providing a service myself as me, your money mindset really needs to be a positive, abundant mindset to ensure that you are really charging your worth. Okay. And when you don't always understand your worth, or maybe you have some things you need to overcome, your pricing is going to reflect that, and it may not be meeting your needs. So let's kind of talk about that. Let's take a step back. So one, I want you to recognize if you have any limiting beliefs. Have you ever thought, I don't know if I deserve to charge more because I'm still new at this, or I'm not a super expert. There are so many people who may do things better than I do. People I talk to, they're not going to charge those prices that I want to charge, the prices that would impact my life and make things easier for me and allow me to pay my team. Clients aren't going to pay that. Those are limiting beliefs. Those are things that we make up in our head. That's not true. It really isn't true. But as much as we can tell ourselves it's not true, and y'all, trust me, I am preaching to myself. As much as we can say, this isn't true, I don't believe that for real, it's still sometimes in the back of our minds. And we act with these limiting beliefs in the back of our heads, even though from a mind perspective, we can say logically that that's not true. I do deserve to be paid. There are people who will pay my prices, right? I can say that logically, but I really have to believe that. I have to really adjust and recognize that I have some limiting beliefs that are deep down, deep seated, right? So once you recognize that, I want you to think about, how do you confront that fear? How do you overcome your money mindset fears? It's not always the easiest thing, but sometimes it's one, understanding what is your actual perspective, like what is your psychology of money. We have a great quiz that kind of helps you to see where you land. You might be someone who just really puts money on a pedestal. You think you have to have nice things to, you see it that way. Some people think, you know what, I need to save every little thing I have. I am never going to spend any money, and I'm not going to invest in myself. I'm not going to invest in anything because I have to keep my money in my pocket, in my piggy bank, right? So either extreme is not necessarily the most healthy way to look at money. But once you understand how you view money, then you can kind of take the steps to then, figure out how to address some of the things that we grew up with. Like, I grew up in a family, and I'm not saying that we were like destitute or anything, but when I wanted certain things, I couldn't get them. And that doesn't mean that I should have gotten them, but it does shape how I see money going forward. It does shape some of the things that we see. So even if your parents may have done a fantastic job raising you, it doesn't mean that they did anything wrong, but it's going to shape how you see money and what your mindset is when it comes to that. Okay. So recognize it and try to overcome these things. I want you to shift to an abundance mindset. Abundance mindset. So there is a meditation by, I want to say, Deepak Chopra, that talks about abundance in our lives, right? And this is not to come from any specific type of spirituality, but sometimes thinking about where you are and what you have right now can really help to adjust your mindset. A lot of us are already living in abundance. And when you take a step back and look at the world and think about what you have and where you are in your life, you realize that you have a lot more than you think you have. And you can do a lot more than you think you can. You have the tools within you, and you have access to things around you, right? And so when you take a step back and really take stock in your ability to access what you need to provide for your clients, you have access to things that can bring you the abundance that you truly need. Now, I'm new to this abundance journey, so I'm not trying to like preach anything, but a lot of times when you have a mindset of abundance, it will positively impact the way that you speak to your clients, the way that you communicate your value to them. And it'll get you to the point where you can say, instead of having the limiting beliefs that we talked about earlier, you can say, no, yeah, there are clients that will pay this price. There are people that need my services, and I am worthy and able to give amazing services to our clients because I believe in what we do and I love what we do, and I believe what we do will change people's lives. So take that step back and really try to infuse an abundance mindset into the way that you think and the way that you move, the way that you communicate your value. Because as much as we're still learning, like, the more that I learn, the more I know how much I don't know. I don't know if I said that right now, but you know what I'm saying. As much as we realize that we don't know, that's how you realize how much you can figure out. I hope I said that right. But like, we all know that there are things that we don't know, but we all need to know that we have the ability and capacity to figure it out. Like, you don't have to be an expert at everything. That's why other people exist, to, we be resources to each other. But once you realize you don't know something, have confidence that you can figure it out. Like, that's half the battle. That's half the battle. Just being like, you know what? I don't have the answer for you right now, but I have the confidence to know that I can figure it out. And I know that what I'm providing to you, you need, and you'll pay for it. So shift your mindset in that way. And once you get there, you can really, truly understand your value. So I was talking to Michelle, who is the owner of Mitchell Consulting, and we were having a deeper conversation about pricing and sales and, dealing with objections from clients, because it's kind of hard to talk about money with clients, honestly. You can say what your pricing is and all of that, but when they object, we get really uncomfortable with that objection sometimes. At least I'll say I do. And I'm like, I understand your situation and I understand where you're coming from. And I can have empathy for that. But at the same time, it doesn't mean that I should then discount my services because I have empathy for every client's situation. A lot of times it takes investing in something to get to the next level. And we need to understand that as service providers, as product providers, as business owners, that people are going to invest in the things that they want to invest in, regardless of where they are personally in their financial journey. And so understanding your value allows you to uninhibit yourself and bring that to them and say, this is my value though. I understand your situation. I empathize with it. And I do believe that working with us will change your situation from a financial perspective. And you can apply that to whatever industry that you're in. I do believe that you coming to get your hair done here will put more hair on your head. Whatever it is that you do, you can apply that, right? Because you understand your value and you understand your worth. And I said it's like dating, y'all. You need to know your worth. You need to know your value and you know your worth. So I want to share a few questions that Michelle asked me to go through, and I think it'll be great to share with you guys. And I want you to have this conversation with yourself, write it down or whatever, when you're thinking about what you're providing and what you're doing and attaching value and worth to it. Okay. So, one, do you believe in what you do? Answer that question truthfully. Truthfully and honestly, do you believe in what you are doing? Do you believe in who you're serving? Is your ideal client the type of client that you believe in? Okay. Do you believe in the fact that your client needs your service? Take a step back and think about it. Do you believe that your services are going to meet the needs of your client and that they need that? And then ask, do you believe that you can deliver on the promise of what you're saying your service or product is? So do you believe that you can truly deliver what you are saying that you can through your value proposition and through what the value of your skills and services are? I want you to think about those things. Think about if you truly believe in what you're doing, you believe that people need it, you believe that when people get it, things will change and things will be better for them. And then really, really, do you believe that you can deliver on what you say? I think a part of my issue, and I'm going to go back to myself, is just that sometimes I struggle with believing in myself to do certain things. I doubt my own knowledge, like I haven't been in this game for over 15 years. I doubt whether people think I'm smart or not. And I don't know if it should matter to me. But these are things that go through my head that I have to work on. So I know I'm not alone here. You might feel alone, but you're not alone because a lot of us are going through that. So hopefully today has helped you. I'm just going to go over a quick recap of what I talked about. But when it comes to pricing for your business, you have to start with your mindset. You have to start with your money mindset. And money is super uncomfortable for people. It is. Talking about money makes my husband so angry. He asks me not to bring up money all the time. But as a recovering cheapo, frugal person, I'm like, we're going to spend that. We're going to pay for that. And that's a part of my money mindset issues that I have to deal with. Talking about money is uncomfortable. But one, you need to just recognize your limiting beliefs. Overcome those fears that you have from those limiting beliefs. Recognize it, strategize to overcome it. Shift as much as you can to an abundance mindset. Really take in content and information that helps you to shift to having an abundance mindset. And then truly from that point, reassess and understand your true value. We can add in all of the technical things and numbers and things like that. And that should also impact what you're pricing at. But this mindset work is serious, y'all. This mindset work is what's going to get you to the next level of saying, no, I'm going to price it $1,000 more or $500 more or whatever applies to you. Because once you realize that what you have within you is so unique and special and needed, that anyone should be happy to spend what you deem as the value to you for that service. All right, y'all. So we all got some work to do. We all got some mindset shifting to do, but know that you're not here alone. We can do it together. And at Mitchell Consulting, we're here to help you with you as a whole individual, not just your money, not just your business finance, but you are a whole CEO, a whole person with things going on, with things in your head. And we take it as an honor to be able to come to you and share our knowledge and expertise. And so we are here with you together working through it. All right, y'all. That's enough for today. This has been Money Talks with Mitchell Consulting. I'm Lauren King Darden, and I will talk to you next week. Bye, y'all.